Hey guys, welcome back to another speed build. So the first part of the build did not record because I record two separate things through OBS. I do like camera recording and game recording, and I had my camera above my game. If you know anything about OBS, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I only missed 2 minutes of real life footage, so not that big of a deal. It was just the shell of the house. So that's why we're starting in the basement on this recording. So sorry about that. But also, I lied in my last speed build. um, I said that I was not going to move my legacy family to a new home. I was just going to expand upon the existing home. And then when my kids who are teenagers, when my kids who are vampires aged up into teenagers, they couldn't even go to school without almost dying from the sun. So I went ahead and moved them into the world that came with the Vampires pack. I cannot think of the name of it right now, but it's one of the empty lots. And I also, at this point, for my legacy, I'm on the second generation now. My first vampire child has now become a young adult. She got married, she's pregnant with a regular human Sims baby. Eventually, I would like to incorporate all the paranormal classes, but I know that's existing generations challenge or legacy challenge, but I usually don't follow rules when I do the quote unquote challenges. I just have fun because it's a game and that's what you should do in a game. But yeah, my second vampire is also just about to age up into a young adult, and he has a girlfriend, and I'm planning on having them get married and have him move out. But I am keeping my first generation in this house until they pass on. And their room is going to be on this main story here, and then the vampires sleep in the basement. I did build this before my first vampire was married, so her husband does not currently have a bed, but in my save file, he does now have a double bed in the room downstairs with the coffins, because, that's not creepy at all. I would totally vibe with that. Not really, but that's okay. So, again, I moved most of my furniture over from the previous house just because a lot of the appliances and electronics and plumbing are all upgraded, so of course I want to keep that. And there's stuff that they've found around the world or got from their careers, so that was important to me to keep all that. I did add some new furniture in this time. Oh, and also, I'm having so much fun sending my Sims to the flea market. I I think that's my favorite thing to send them to, except for when I'm doing like a chef, then I love sending them to the spice festival so they can have all the spicy foods and get all those recipes. But the flea market, I've been picking up random furniture, generally seating or lights every time I go, so I do have those around. And I also have the poster still from when my founder was living in her apartment in San Martino. But yeah, this house is pretty simple layout. I think I mentioned this last time. When I'm building a house for me to actually play in, I don't do a lot of clutter, and I like to keep the floor plan rather basic, just because I don't like scrolling around a lot. It's so lazy sounding. I also don't like going between floors, but because I do have vampires in this family, I could have just done a blackout room, but I thought it was cooler to have them actually in the basement and have their living quarters kind of down there. Obviously, they do come up to the main floor. They socialize with everyone. There's only one kitchen and one seating area, so they're up here, but their bedroom and a bathroom are down there for them. And I moved the recycler down into the basement as well, kept that from outside. I do have an outdoor garden. I built this during winter in game, so I didn't do anything to the exterior. But right now in my game, I have made a garden in the back, and I put a roof over that so that my vampire, because my female vampire is getting into gardening and she's growing a bunch of plasma fruit and all that stuff. So she's able to do that year round regardless of the weather. So I thought that was pretty fun. But this house, I kind of wanted to keep it similar to the one I built before. Obviously, the exterior I made fit this world a little bit better with the brick and the dark colors, but the interior, I kept the same wallpaper, the same flooring. No, actually, I think I went with a darker flooring. So I lied about that. But I kept the same wallpaper and the same color scheme with all the furniture because I just really like that look for this family. It's kind of like the different shades of blues and then the whites and beige. I really like that color scheme. I like that in real life as well, so that's probably why. And I remember to include windows this time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will have my previous build for this family linked in the cards, but I completely forgot to record me putting windows on that house. So I did remember windows this time, and it was so hard for me to pick a window to go in that kitchen area because I wanted to keep the style the same with the paned windows, but I ended up having to sort of sacrifice a little bit and just go with the windows that just have that the painting up top and then the more open glass in the bottom, just because I wanted it to fit on the 3 counter space more than I wanted to keep the look. I don't know. Yeah, but anyhow, I made it work. And I'm always confused as to what height to put the windows at when I build too. I kept these windows lower than I normally do, but I think it looks better from the outside. And I just alt placed the window in the kitchen so it didn't clip into the counters at all. And this front porch area here, I did have to like reshape a little bit because I couldn't put stairs where I wanted them. And I didn't really want to move the house back any because when the weather gets nicer, I am going to actually make them a full backyard. Like I said, I have the garden area going as well, but they don't have much money right now, so I didn't add a pool or anything yet, but I do plan on adding a pool because the next paranormal type that I would like to work into the family is a mermaid if possible. I'm going to try. Um, I feel like that would be the most fun to try and balance between vampires and mermaids because they both have kind of opposite needs a little bit. With the mermaids, you have to keep them in water, so like they need a pool, and I already have a tub because obviously I've had toddlers and they have multiple showers in the house, but yeah, I just think that'll be fun for gameplay, and I'm trying to not play too quickly through this challenge because I am so excited for this new game pack. It's one of those things where I didn't even imagine that to be a possibility for them to do. I think I've touched on this before. The Sims 3 had this game pack, but I was poor during that time, so I didn't have any DLC for The Sims 3. So I didn't even imagine it. Like I've been super hopeful for like a era pack, like colonial or a farming pack. So when they announced this one, I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't even know how bad I needed something like this." But I am so excited for this new pack. I'm definitely going to work that career into this family. Probably my third generation will do that, but I'll probably record some of it too because it does seem like it's build style related or more designer related, but you know what I mean. But I'm coming to the end of this build, just placing some stuff outside, and like I said, it's snowing, so I didn't really do anything. I just plopped stuff down and was like, whatever. But there are a couple screenshots at the end, not much, and I hope you enjoyed this. And oh, I didn't upload a video for a while because my mic was broken. So hopefully it's fixed now. Hopefully it sounds okay. But I appreciate each and every one of you. If you could subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff, I would appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye.